coming in different reasons. I think Carolina's struggling on the defensive end. Tech is struggling some as well, but they're missing 2 starters.
George hits at the expiration of the shot clock. Terry drives, went up for the jam, got his own miss, can't follow. Powell, the third effort, draws a foul.
And because you don't have rim protection, there's no fear what the Tar Heels are doing.
Well, it puts Duncan Powell. It's a ducktail drop shag back in Midtown Atlanta. Lance Terry connects out for Nate George. Here's Dungo. They're looking for him to get going at the start of his sophomore season. Shot clock winding down on Lubin, and Dungo finishes.
I don't think there's a matchup. He is really skilled in a difficult matchup.
Jackson answers.
Carolina's been great in transition offense.
Gets saddled with his first foul, putting Seth Trimble at the line. All right, so you got Seth Trimble, Elliot Cadeau.
It takes time because of all 3 of those guys are better with the ball in their hands. And the adjustment that's happening right now with these guys is how do you implement what each guy does well. His first point guard, and Seth Trimble is the lead in traffic.
Denied by Trimble on the lob from George. Cadeau pushes. Tyson for Trimble. Slashing, dropping it off. Washington underneath. He wants to push. Trimble attacks. Left-hand finish.
No one's.
Carolina forces the turnover. Trimble, the hammer.
For everyone, when they get the ball, it's a dribble.
Cadeau, tough shot. First half, R.J. Davis. Cade Tyson brought in for his shooting. Georgia Tech with it, down by 5. Terry hiding behind the screen, much needed for Georgia Tech.
Ball screen on Lance Terry. You got to go over the screen, run him off the line. He's a 40% three-point shooter.
Trimble attacked the Dongo closeout, too easy.
The guards are more aggressive. The bigs are up and engaged as before they were laying off. Today they're more engaged on that ice ball screen.
A little bit out of control.
Yeah, I think he's settling a little bit.
Like that choice, these few possessions of it?
I do. This Carolina's not a great three-point shooting team.
Jackson responds to that.
He didn't care what I say.
George created some space. Left the 3 short. Dongo the offensive rebound and follow. It's North Carolina by 4 on Georgia Tech in the ACC opener. Part of this triple header here on ACCN. Mustaf the hammer.
That time, Mustaf cut to the basket and was able to finish.
R.J. Davis. Deep 3. Trimble is relentless. Dongo lays it in from Terry. Saw the no flash for North Carolina. They've got 29 points. You mentioned this to me during the break.
As a guard, to feel like moves like this, you got to create and take tough shots.
Yes. R.J. Davis off the behind the back.
Teams were committed to keeping a big on his body at all times, and it allowed the guards of Carolina free reign. Now he's gone. Teams are saying, hey.
Middle ball screen again. George knifing and finishing.
Great job there. That time it was to snake that screen and get to his spot.
Jackson, tough shot. Way off target. And we head to halftime in a 1-point. Off those 9 points and 7 rebounds we showed you in the first half. Hey, tomorrow afternoon out.
Go.
Who do you think is most likely of the UNC front court by
and I don't think he can just physically do. And I think they'll make that adjustment.
Doe can't knock it down. Lubin the offensive rebound.
Get there, play off 2 feet.
Mustaf lost it. Heels push. Jackson finishes. Persistent calf injury that forced him to redshirt. Told us last year that he first heard it in September, warming up. And he told us he just hated it watching last year. R.J. Davis. Blow by on Powell for Lubin.
Give yourself a better angle.
Terry. Oh, that was filthy. Anyone put it home. George. Transition 3 for a Georgia. On top of that, you get the made 3, and then you got the basketball as well. Baseline out of bounds, turned over. George wanted Dongo, and Withers the flush. David Stoudemire has commented that he thinks it's been an adjustment period for officials knowing how to officiate a guard as physical
Yes.
as Jaden Mustaf, and that maybe he hasn't got a lot of calls yet.
Type of day and year for the front line.
Off the bounce on Dango with the reverse from Ian Jackson.
Great job by the freshman there with a reverse layup. Use the rim for protection.
Nate George had it roll off. Got it back. Terry Hoyce hits. Lance Terry ties it at 42. Davis under the screen. Pick and roll. Dango the finish from George.
That time was spaced in by Dango.
Handoff Davis. Got on Muchekwa in the air, and the floater goes. Davis. Terry got free. Cans another. Fifth three for Lance Terry. Heels keep moving it. Trimble rises. Knocks it down. Good on the first.
The guards get downhill and finish. The problem they're going to have is on the other end, who have their starting front line in.
Davis got to the rim and got fouled.
To see out of that front line. I mean, they didn't score in the first half, and right now, outside of Lubin, you hadn't had much help. It becomes with a guy like Baidongo, who's on the bench. His versatility defends guards, but he's impossible to guard on the other end. So certain teams have players like trying to get us some offensive rebounds. There's no one there to block your shot.
All right, so with 8:06 left, Georgia Tech as a team today had missed 6 of 12. Something he's not totally used to doing. He goes back to the bench. Terry to the line. 82% for his career. Good.
Just where Carolina is right now on their basketball team is.
Withers sets the screen for Ian Jackson. Good touch pass, Trimble from Withers.
That push and transition like that, they're not allowing you to match up. You're getting stuck in these different matchups. Carolina getting offensive rebounds, and it's just been a struggle this year because of that lack of here. Just his presence on the offensive glass. He didn't run your offense through him anymore, but he's still with it. They're pass force first guys, and they're looking to pass it, but the way they're being defended is they're forcing them to score like that.
Good take by George, but he missed it. And then Dango lands on the back of Elliot Cadeau. Dango to the line. Another double-double for Carolina history. RJ Davis.
Got me over here, but I'm telling you, Freddie, it's counted.
Book it. The lead goes back.
You don't call it early enough. The guard can't get to the top side like that.
Jackson didn't get Powell to bite. Cadeau for Jackson. Shuffled the feet. And now Cadeau on the drive. Wrapped it around for Washington. Tech's gone 5 minutes without a made bucket. Davis lays it in.
Too many turnovers for him.
Davis the left to shoot. Cadeau for three. Yes, sir!
6 seconds left. Just let him go ISO.
Dango does switch on to Davis. Step back. Wanted the dagger. Who's it last touch by? Free throws for Captain Jack. Ian Jackson.
You're also working against the clock here as well.
Biggest lead for North Carolina. Go. Dango. Spinning. Tough shot goes for Dango. Double attacks. Had it roll off. It's 5-point game. Mustaf to the rim. Got fouled and will get 2. 79% at the stripe this season for the number 66 recruit in the ESPN 100. And he's good on the first.
Try to create a turnover if they can. If they can't, then I think they're fouled afterwards.
Mustaf's second is good.
That's a great play right there by your veteran guard.
All right, so now Trimble. You see 6 of 7 today. Much improved for the season.
When you're Carolina, you're just expected to be good. You're not expected to have the 2 guys game box out on the free throw line.
Career, but really all 5 options out there now are pretty solid and probably not going to go anywhere near the right play again. Trimble into the front court. Jackson finally fouled by Duncan.
And he's already 2 for 2.
14 for 17. It is
Great battle by both teams, but I think once you're in a conference play, you're going to be in games like this. Throw the preseason impressive, and they'll win a lot of games when they get healthy.
George lays it in at the horn, and North Carolina survives. Hubert Davis and the Heels win their ACC opener.